I was so excited. I wanted a doll buggy for Christmas one year, and my parents were taking me to the store to pick it out. I showed them the one I really liked, but they kept trying to convince me to take the smaller one. Then they sent me over to the magazine rack while they made their decision. After what seemed like a long time, I snuck back to the aisle to check, and I saw the doll buggy that I wanted still there, but the one my parents wanted me to have was missing. I eventually caught up to my parents at the sales counter just as they were finishing wrapping up the doll buggy that they wanted me to have. My heart sank in disappointment. What I learned at a young age is that we do not always receive what we want, but to be happy and grateful and enjoy what we are given. What do we do with disappointments? If you are like me, you face many disappointments in life. Life does not always go the way we want. For instance, our family was planning a trip to Finland just before COVID-19, and our plans had to be put indefinitely on hold. We were so looking forward to showing our grandchildren where their grandfather was born and to enjoy the food and sights of Finland. But because of that, I was able to learn how to tell my story and how to write a book. What disappointments have you faced and or are facing? What do we do with our disappointments? Do we allow our disappointments to siderail us and take us down the dark path of discouragement and despair? Or do we rise above and allow our disappointments to help us to grow? There are 3 areas that I would like to propose that we can grow from our disappointments. Number 1, we can grow in perseverance. 3 quotes from Thomas Edison about perseverance. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is to always try just one more time. Most of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success before they gave up. Number 2, we can grow in perspective. What does it mean in the long term? What changes do I need to make? Do our expectations need to change? Are we too hard on ourselves? Do we need to change our focus? What new opportunities are we now able to explore? A new job, new career, new hobbies, new discoveries about ourselves, or new appreciation for everything that we do have. Number 3, we can grow in our trust in God. Isaiah 55, 8 and 9 reminds us that God's thoughts are not our thoughts and his ways are not our ways. Romans 8:28, God will work all things out for our good. Jeremiah 29:11, God's plans for us are for our good, to give us a hope and a future. 1 Samuel 16:30, David encouraged himself in the Lord, and we can encourage ourselves in the Lord. In Psalm 42 and 43, David spoke to his soul and asked why he was so downcast, and told himself to hope in God, for he would again praise him who is his salvation. And we can speak to our souls when we are downcast and encourage ourselves to hope in God, for we will again praise him who is our salvation. One time when I was really discouraged and down, the Lord encouraged me to read a psalm a day out loud. As I did, I found that my spirit lifted and new hope and encouragement rose in my heart. What do we do with disappointments? I encourage you the next time that you are faced with disappointments to allow your disappointments to help you to grow in perseverance, grow in your perspective, and grow in your trust in God.